from a family that is like known to push the envelope. Like, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
JFK was his uncle.
So
his uncle and his dad both were assassinated.
Yeah, his dad was also assassinated.
Diamonds on my neck to make me look like I'm cold. That ain't for you and none of these hoes. That's just for me and my bros. I gotta fight for my balls. I gotta stack out this gold. I tell you I'm on the road. We about to get all this dough. We ain't no fuck niggas, no. I swear to God, we the ghosts. This ain't the story they told. Man, if you know, then you know.
Well, so what I've been telling you guys is like the first podcast I listened to, I didn't have the heart to tell you guys, like, wasn't that good. But I knew you guys would keep getting better. Now the podcast you're coming out with, I genuinely love listening to, and I never had that before. Like, I did at times, but now it's consistent. Like, from the second I listened to it to the end, everything. I love everything now.
Bro, that means a lot. And you texted me that the other day.
I text you guys that all the time.
Yeah, of course you do.
Yeah.
Ginge, you've always supported us, and obviously there's
we
real
appreciate
love
that
back.
too.
Yeah.
And I was telling Joshua about that the other day, and I was like, man, it's kind of crazy because we've been doing this for over a year now, podcasting. And we've been consistently, I don't know how long we've been consistently dropping week after week. But the one thing is I tell them all the time, and I honestly don't watch much of our video podcasts because it's not as perfect as a video podcast should be, but we're still growing.
Yeah.
But I tell him all the time, I listen to our audio podcast and I'm like, dude, we're good. Like, we're good. I listen to plenty of other podcasts that get way more downloads, and I'm like, bro, we are better. We are better.
The problem is, though, it's not the audio that we have an issue with. It's the video. Like, we get way more views on video, right? So it's like, it's hard not to be like, fuck, we need to focus on video because we're getting, like, we get, less than 50 downloads on an audio, but then some of our videos will have 500 views. So it's like, okay, getting 500 views on a podcast isn't bad.
No.
600 views, that's a good amount. It's just a way to start rolling. Like, podcasting is hard.
It's one thing that has really surprised me, and I'm going to give a full circle thing here. We're back in Saline, Michigan. It's been a long time. Been probably over 2 months. It's the longest my hair's ever been. It's about to get cut tomorrow, so chill.
Same.
Chill.
Shout out to Hope.
But hey, hate comments below. But we're finally back in Saline, and we fucking finally got Jake Gingell back on, which he was like our third or fourth podcast I think we dropped when we went. And I say all that to say this. We just talked about how our video gets way more downloads. He has our most downloaded audio. And that was our third or fourth, and we're on what, 54, 55 podcasts now?
Yeah, and we've had like some big time guys. We've had like Rashad Bateman on, who's like
in the NFL.
Hey, Rashad, I got the belt, man. Come take it from me.
Hey, we love that fact.
No, that was a great combo too. He sounded like a great guy, man.
No, he's
I like that.
Very genuine guy.
That episode.
I always try to cheer for Big Ten people in the NFL, but he's like one dude that, and I will say, Vanner Sports doesn't sign like bad human beings, but he is like an A+ dude. Like he's impossible not to root for. Like, I think he's gonna tear it up. The Ravens have a ton of superpower. I think it's gonna free him up, get a lot of one-on-one matchups, and hopefully he stays healthy and he goes and kills it.
2023 prediction: Rashad Bateman is gonna be a fucking dog. Like, he's gonna be a dog,
fantasy, baby?
bro. Dude, you gotta think though. Like, they have what, 4 first-round receivers, or 3 first-round receivers? Four first-round receivers. So it's like they're legitimately kind of a matchup nightmare with Lamar Jackson as a quarterback. So it's like, for me, I'm putting my money on Rashad Bateman getting the third, fourth, coverage. Like, bro, he's a dog.
Yeah.
Like, he's not gonna get the respect he deserves, and I hope he doesn't, because he's gonna show out.
Yeah. Just opens up opportunity for him.
Absolutely. Sure. You got to love that. But since it's been so long having you on, obviously, like I said, thank you for coming on. It's always a pleasure. I love when you call me, text me, or anything. It makes my day. But kind of talk to us and tell the people what you've been up to, kind of what you got going on in your life.
Yeah. So I'm taking all my exams. So I have about 4 exams done out of 5. I just want to be a full-fledged financial advisor or consultant, or whatever you want to call it. And I just want to help people out and just make the world a better place than I left it when I die. So it's basically my whole my vibe to life, and that's how I live my life. So
God, gotta love that.
Yeah, it's just the way to go, man. If you don't go that way, then what way are you going? You're only going down.
You know, I will say this. I said this to Zachary, and I don't think I said this on cameras, but I want to put it on wax. You know, I love that my money guy is fit. This is a little sidebar, but I was saying this. I was like, I want my money guy to be fucking hungry, like fit. Like, I want a guy who's out there working a little bit, you know, like, so kudos to you. I'm excited to see where you're going with financial advising and
Thanks,
such.
bro.
But
Part of the interruption, but we had to thank our incredible sponsor, Bulletproof Coffee. Stop drinking that other shit. It's poison. Go to bulletproof.com. I drink like 6 of these bitches a day. Now back to Jake.
You know, we don't talk much politics, and we're not gonna get into it here, like heavy.
Not the crazy stuff.
But Joshua said earlier, you know, you want your money guy looking good, right? You want your money guy looking good, bro. What's it, RFK, right?
Yeah.
Is that what they call him? Robert Kennedy Jr.
Yep.
Obviously, he's trying to run for president. Probably won't win it. But the fact, the dude is ripped.
The dude
you
is
gotta
ripped.
respect it, and he's from a family that is like known to push the envelope. Like, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
background, it's JFK's nephew. Is that who it is?
Yes.
Nephew,
JFK
yeah.
was his
It's-
uncle.
yeah, his
So
uncle.
and
Yeah,
his
his uncle.
uncle
But
and
his
his dad
dad-
both were assassinated.
Yes.
Yeah. His dad was also assassinated.
Which I don't know much about his dad.
I don't know much about his dad. I mean, his whole family is tied in with a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like a lot of stuff. Like, if you highly recommend listening to the Joe Rogan RFK podcast, because
Yeah, that was wild.
They talk a lot of shit, but like that's a guy that knows his shit, and not only does he know his shit, it's like completely against the narrative that like we've all grown up taught. Like, you know what I mean?
For
Like,
sure.
and then it makes you think about like the government's doing things for a reason. Like, there's a reason why things are pushed onto us. But yeah, like I would highly recommend the episode.
I'll say the reason why I would give it a listen is I think RFK's doing it a lot differently, whereas it was growing up, and even still, like a lot of presidents or just like powerful people think it's national television you need to get on. You know, Fox, CNN, MSNBC, ABC, like all those are like the big channels to be on. But it's really the podcast, because they get way more listens. Like Joe Rogan is getting way more listens than any of those TV networks.
It's
But
not
he's
even
also-
close.
But he's also been on other podcasts. Like, he's strategically, like, who's ever guiding him, whether it's him, he's getting on these conversations. And the fact that he's willing to get in these long form debates and talks and really go into his policy, not be scared to like be pressured. Like, I don't see any other presidential candidates doing that.
You should
Well-
have to. Like, you should have to go on
I
Joe
agree.
Rogan. Like, if you want to apply to be a president, it should just be like you have to sit down with Joe Rogan for 4 hours and he gets to pepper you.
Yeah.
Because you can't escape that. You can't
Yeah.
like you can't run around for 4 hours. Like, he's gonna just be like, no, dude, fucking answer the question.
I think there's going to be a huge shift too. I think people are so sick of CNN or Fox, whatever, company that you want to throw in there. Everyone's just sick of two polarized different sides. It's
For
so
sure.
much fighting. It needs to be more unity. And I think that going on these independent podcasts can really reach a greater audience, but it can also create more genuine conversation rather than polarizing, attacking conversation.
Yeah.
And I think people just want unity rather than division.
For sure.
I think we're getting
in America.
The majority want unity.
But they paint it like we're so far apart. There's no way we could ever fix it. When in reality, you can lock a bunch of random people in a room and they would be fine together. Like,
Yeah.
people are gonna find, like, yes, you're naturally not gonna like people. That is completely fucking natural. But just because someone believes in something doesn't mean you should automatically hate them.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Or like, if they like this, it automatically paints them to be X. Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, a lot more people sit in the middle of all this stuff. Like, you might like how Republicans, keep, quote unquote, you get to keep more of your money, less taxes, more freedom. Whereas like the Democrats have great policies on other things, but are horrible at other, so it's like they're
Yeah.
both bad at both shit. They're both bad at, they're both extremes. But like, there needs to be someone that unites the people. The problem is the Democrats, the Republicans don't want them united. They don't want them to come closer. They want to rip them further apart and be like, no, you're either on this side or this side. And it's like, you can't run a successful country divided. It's a team. We're all a team. We all live here. We all love America. If you don't love America, then you shouldn't fucking be in America. Or if you don't love America, you've probably never been to another country, and you are fucking an idiot, and you don't actually have any common sense of what other countries are like.
Yeah.
Because I've been to a lot of
100%.
different places, and if you think America's bad, you should truly go to another place that's actually bad.
You should
and
go.
tell me.
You should go visit 10 other countries, come back, and then tell us what your opinion is after that.
Yeah.
How about
And-
that?
and-
I think that's solid.
And I think
There's a lot of countries.
I
out
think they
there.
should force people to do that.
America
Yeah.
has people judge America though purely because we have so many different people. Like, go take Manhattan for example. Manhattan is more diverse than any place on the whole earth. If you go to China, guess what? You're seeing a lot of Chinese people.
Yeah.
Like you see a white dude or a black dude there, they're like, holy fuck. You know what I mean? You go to Queens and you're gonna be like, I saw 100 different races of people.
Yeah.
And they're all unity and they're all like together. Like, there's not a place on earth. And that's why people want to paint us as like racist and all these things. And it's like, we're actually the furthest from that. Like, the furthest from that.
Why do you think America's so successful? Is because we took this melting pot of a bunch of different people with
Yes,
a bunch of
that's what
different
makes it
ideas.
great.
We mixed them all together and they came out with these great solutions. That's why when people try to think only one way, think about what we could unlock in our capabilities if we all had the consciousness to think different ways, or at least give other ways a chance to at least enter our brain.
It's perspective.
It's perspective.
You need the
Everybody
perspective.
has different environments growing up. Everybody thinks different. Everybody comes from a different culture. Being able to mesh that together and take the best ideas and let the best human beings win.
Yeah.
It's not a race thing.
Nothing.
It's not a race thing. It is let the best humans win, and that's where you're going to get the overall success, which is why America has been so great. And I think that's what, like, obviously, like, I pay attention to like history and I love learning about history where like dynasties don't last forever. Let's be real here. They don't. But like the one thing that keeps me optimistic is like, man, you can start anywhere, you can come from any country, but if you get to America and you're in America, like, you can do it. Like,
Yeah.
you can do it. Anybody can do it.
It's 100%. I think I want to kind of wrap this up, and I kind of want to transition a little bit because
Yeah.
we've been kind of gamifying the podcast a little bit at the end. We kind of talked about doing a few different things, but I want to just give you like a little gas or trash. So gas means you like it. Trash means stay away from it. All right.
All right.
And I'm going to throw you a couple of random ones, but I'm gonna stay more like cryptocurrency
All right.
and go for that.
And this gas or trash is going to be presented by Happy Dad. Shout out John Shahidi, Sam Shahidi,
Shout
the Nelk
out.
Boys, Kyle, all of them. Incredible dudes. They've inspired us from the beginning, especially like with our vlog and podcast style. So shout out them. Go drink a Happy Dad if you like seltzers.
Yeah, and shout out to MBH because they're killing it too.
So it's gas or
Gas or trash.
Gas
all right,
or
so
trash.
I'm gonna give you the
All right.
first one. So
All right.
first, gas or trash? Bitcoin.
gas, baby.
Gas? Okay.
Yeah.
Solana.
Trash.
Trash. Really? Okay. Ethereum.
Gas.
Gas. Okay. Yeah.
it's
Literal
definitely some high
gas.
gas fees.
Yeah.
gas
Literal.
fees, baby.
Literally high gas fees.
You know what? Actually, I feel bad for ripping on Solana like that because I think they have a really good community. I just think that FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried just gave them a horrible name.
All right.
So actually, I'm in between on that. I'm not going to call them trash.
Equally, what is that? Equally rated? Is that?
Yeah.
is that
Yeah.
what-
We'll
Call it
just
equal.
we'll say it's properly rated.
Properly. Yeah,
So
yeah.
Solana properly rated. All right. Cash value life insurance.
I mean, what are we talking here?
It's just gas or trash. Am I
Very
or-
broad.
very broad. Okay, gas. I'll send some gas. I mean, diversification, gas.
Okay.
Yeah.
NFTs.
Gas, depending on what NFT it is.
That's a good
What kind of value is attached to this NFT?
For
Is
sure.
it-
For sure.
so-
But like I believe in NFTs. So I think
Yeah.
as of right now they're probably considered trash. But I think hindsight 2020 in the future, they're gonna be very
I say
prominent.
every NFT that doesn't have some sort of utility attached to it is probably trash.
All right, and then last one. This is a layup for you. Having a financial advisor control your money.
Gas.
Okay.
We put it on the T for
Oh,
Put
you
them on a
gotta
T.
do it.
Hey, and guess what? If you do not have a financial advisor, you should seek out one because you're most likely, unless you're a genius with your money already, you should probably talk to someone, whether they're helping you budget or helping you actually get life insurance, whatever. Like you should
Of course,
work with someone.
definitely talk to someone, but you also need to take the education upon yourself.
For sure.
Yeah.
As well. Like there's great to have somebody to help you to get to, dip your toes in the water, but you got to jump in. So, but Jake.
Yeah, Jake.
Absolute fucking pleasure,
Thanks
brother.
for having
Bro,
me, guys.
I appreciate you,
it.
brother.
Hey.
Hey, cheers.
Cheers.
See you guys.
And I ain't never gonna sleep. All by my mama house. Won't see my brothers get rich. Wanna tell you I'm in it. Watch me get my racks. And we ball so hard they think my niggas selling crack. We was pushing packs for 260 a pound. We was down, probably had some product in your